from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
At the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. Fournette, a 1st down, still going. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Now left side on the swing pass. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Cook able to escape, and he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 23-yard line. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
On 1st down, it's Cook, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Cook. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Ball carrier. He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Running for it, here's Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
At the 5-yard line.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amir Abdullah, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Check 45 at the mic. Check 45 at the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Wait, that. Ready? Gives a 15. Check right 15. It's out of time.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Suck up on for the point after.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd
An
and
incomplete
10.
pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
That's another.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Fournette. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brought down by Jeff Gladney.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 24, Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
First and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
6-yard pickup. Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
It's third down and goal to go.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Brady going to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on fourth down, Ryan Succop now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's got room. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Lining up for the point after.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
At the 25-yard line, the Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
At the 30.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. A shotgun give to Fournette. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Brady now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. throwing on first down is Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Here's Cousins. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
It leads to second.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On second down now, it's Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
It's second and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the
that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Brady now to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! O.J. Howard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again, it's Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Complete.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Gain on the play.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it's third and short.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up second and 11.
On second and 11 now. Cousins. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
The kick is
and he puts it through.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, Vikings 21.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. And Brady's throw there incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Fournette. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check safety, check safety. Check.
From the gun, Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski, 42 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28-yard line.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Levante David in on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Fournette on the counter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Fights loose. First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now this time Brady will throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Brady going to look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
31-yard line.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And the Vikings first.
He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Justin Jefferson.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Vikings.